Hey guys, today we're going to talk about style numbers. Zoe, I don't understand why you need a whole video on style numbers. That's okay because I'm going to tell you why. That's the whole point, right? Like you have a question and I answer it, or I tell you things that you guys should know and you're like, I don't see why you have to talk about it for 12 minutes. Oh my god, I hope this video is not 12 minutes. That's a really long time to be talking about style numbers. As you know, some of my videos are universal for illustrators, anybody who likes to draw stuff. Some of my videos are more specific for fashion designers, anybody who wants to design in the industry. And some videos are just going to be more specific for designers who want to start their own company. And this is one of those videos. Actually, this is a good video for all designers, so you should pay attention to everything I say and pretend it's the gospel. Okay, no, not really. I mean, the best way to balance your sense of self-importance is to have a sense of humor. Style numbers, you guys. So I mentioned style numbers in my line sheets video, and the link to the line sheets video is in the info box below. Line sheet is a packet of information that designers create and pass out to wholesale buyers, and this packet has all the information that buyers need to place their orders. So things like black and white flat drawings of the garments, wholesale pricing, fiber content, all that stuff. And everything in those line sheets is indexed by style numbers. You need to get a little bit organized with style numbers. Think about going to a library and trying to find a book, and there is no Dewey Decimal System. Just think about it. Your style number system for your company has to organize your styles for easy tracking. That's what it is. It's how to keep track of your garments and to describe your garments. You can't just be like, hey, this is style number 1 because it's my favorite, so haha, it's number. Don't do that. And you can't be all, hey, this is style number 1 because it was my first one, so you know if the pattern's not great, it's because it was the first one I ever made out of school. Don't do that either. Oh my god, I just annoyed myself like really bad. You're going to organize style numbers. Each style number should be a 4 or 5 digit number. The first number is going to be the category of your garment. So, you know, your 1000s can be your jackets, your 2000s can be your coats, your 3000s can be your pants, and your 4000s can be your skirts, etc., etc. I work for an outerwear company, and their 3000s were all jackets that ended at the hip or higher, so short jackets. Their 4000s were longer jackets, so like car coats and rancher styles that, you know, covered your butt completely. Okay, so since outerwear was their thing, they could separate into categories like that. But if you're producing an entire sportswear line, then you're gonna want wider categories. If you have a 5-digit number, that first number is still the same, going to be your category number. The line sheet example that I created for you guys, the first number is 6 on all 4 items because every style number in that line represents accessories. 6 blank, 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 blank means it's an accessory. Waist cinchers, bras, corselets, belts, all that stuff is in the 60,000 category. Your second number is going to be your fabrication. So in the example I showed you, on all 4 styles, the second number is 1 because they're all leather. So in this example, anything that starts with a 6 is an accessory. Anything that has a second digit 1 means it was made out of leather. So without looking at the style, without reading anything, if you reference a style that starts with 6-1, then me, my pattern maker, my sample maker, my factory guy, my sales rep, everyone knows that 6-1 bump 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 means it's a leather accessory. The last 3 digits are your style variations. And so those you can assign however you like. So in the example in my line sheet, 61001 is a bustier style that's really popular. And when I created that same bustier in a cotton canvas, the style number was 62001. So the 001 means that it was that specific bustier. The 6 means it was an accessory. The 2 means that it was done with a woven fabric. And the style number would change because maybe the pattern might change. Sometimes transferring a style from leather to fabric requires alterations in the pattern. The cut and sew process of that garment would be different because you would no longer need leather cutters for that garment. The last 2 or the last 3 digits are the variations in style. So let's say you have a leather baseball jacket style in your lineup. Raglan sleeve, knit collar, zipper down the front, and you want to create a non-leather version. So that leather version would be 3107. Let's say you want to make that same jacket in a beautiful wool. Some people don't like leather. That's cool. Some people live in places where it's too wet to wear that much leather. You don't want to get leather wet too often. So maybe in those climates, your sales rep says that woolens sell better. So you made that same version in wool. That would be 3207. Same style, different fabrications. So let's say it's a really popular style for you, and so you want to run it again in the spring-summer collection, and you want to do it in a breathable cotton, and you don't want to line it. Then you could do 3207U, with U for unlined. So a lot of companies like to add the U at the end for an unlined version of the same style. And yeah, you might have to make some pattern changes because your seam finishes on the inside might be different, which might require different seam allowances. Maybe you might need to finish the pockets better on the inside so it doesn't look all messy, things like that. But whatever changes you make, it'll be marked that this is unlined, and so your pattern maker and your sample maker and everyone can see that it is a version of that original style. Because then people will be like, well, what's the difference between 3207 and 3208? Oh, they're the same, except that one is an online version. I think it's easier to mark that, oh, it's the same jacket on the outside. I have seen some companies that will just mark an A after the number if it's a really tiny change. Like I used to work for a women's denim company, and they would just change up the pockets in the back a little bit, and it would just be like, style 4106A instead of a whole new style number. Why do we need to get organized with our style numbers? The big one is tracking. Global economy plus multi-step production process plus not everyone speaks English, including lots of people who might work for you right here in the US. Numbers are easy. These are not hard and fast rules for how you expressly need to create your style number system. These are just some tips that I've seen work successfully at various companies I've worked at. You need to create a number system that works for you and your company and the people that work with you outside your company, because you're gonna attach this number to this garment all the way through. So when you're creating the flat for the style number, you're going to think about it and you're going to attach the number. When your pattern maker makes it, they're going to use that same number. And then when they pass it on to the sample maker, they're going to refer to it by that same number. When you make your pattern cards, when you make your line sheets, it's all going to have those numbers. When your buyer orders those garments, they're going to use that same style number to make sure that they're buying the correct item. When you issue your cut tickets and when you are tracking the production on that garment, you're going to reference that number constantly, and it's going to be on all the receipts that you send to buyers with their shipment, and that's the number they're going to refer to when they have a problem and they need to call your office about it and be like, oh, half your 3107s are crocking all over the place. What is crocking? So yeah, style numbers are one of those things. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but if you do it right, it can prevent a lot of headaches. I felt like it deserved its own video. I will be creating a how to fill out a pattern card video in the future. As usual, if this was helpful, give me a thumbs up, subscribe for future videos, and check out my links. Like in the info box, I actually wrote descriptions to all my social media because I like to post different things on different social media. As usual, I love all the questions. Leave me all the questions below. See you next time.